16th of September 2025. This is a response to Patrick King, but I'm going to give you a little background about me. My name is Patricia Benedict. I am Bajan by birth. I have been given the retired deputy, when he was the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. Ora Williams, information. He would come down. I would go to the head office. The people would tell him I was there. He would either come down to meet me, or I would go up to his office and give him whatever documents and stuff I have to give him, Patrick King. I've been doing that for 10 years or more. In Sunset Crest, about 8 years, 2018, 9, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 7 years. I also give things to the U.S. And last few years, I've been briefing the Prime Minister along with privately sometimes, because a lot of people are being unfair and nobody seems to help. I have been sending things, and she would direct who she has to direct to make it happen. It ain't about me, people in general. I have last few years, which is last 2 years or more, I've been sending emails. I've been sending emails for a while, but seriously, there are lots of investigations going on right now, and people are actually going to be held accountable for the criminal stuff they are doing in the country. I have top information that the public have not heard yet. And because Patrick King thinks I'm any and everybody, I will go to Sherry Veronica to share. And you would see I am not any and everybody Patrick King. Now, the reason why I'm saying so, because I want to see if it's a legal matter. I want to find out from you, Patrick King, what you said. Because all I wanna and stuff like that, you are implying to me too. So I want you to tell me, Patrick King, what stories have I put out that gave to Sherry Veronica and that she have not fact checked, and anybody complain to you for any of my stories? Please do a video about it, because I am thinking of consulting a lawyer. This is why I'm going with that. So you have to tell me what matters I gave Sherry Veronica and she didn't fact check, or I didn't give her the information and she posted it. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about other people. I'm talking about me, Patricia Benedict. Now, you said some things very disturbing, and because I have direct contact with those people, because a lot of things are going on in Barbados you don't even know about. Human trafficking, money laundering, what else? Drugs, and that's the story, Patrick King. If you think I do not do my research, or I'm not investigating, I have proof. I have pictures of that. I will give it to Sherry Veronica to post. The authorities already had that a few years now. So for you now, Patrick King, I'm not going to dip into Sherry Veronica, but I will tell you something. Sherry Veronica calls me, or most of the times, either she background plain or exercising. So for you to say that she cannot go out, or she has to buy her groceries and stuff, allegedly brought to her, allegedly, because I love to use that word allegedly, because nobody can catch me in a lawsuit, but I think I would, though you. Sherry Veronica is a millionaire, Patrick King. She has several houses. So I don't know what you're talking about pertaining to that part. Now, Patrick King, this is where you're going to get yourself in trouble. I'm not going to, if B. Benedict for you to say that for Sharonica, do not fact check her stories and she put it online. You have to explain to Benedict which ones that Sherry have posted. I gave Sherry, and anybody complain, in the right mind complained and did not, anybody complain about it, because the next step, they could sue me, but they can't. They can't sue me. Nobody can sue me, Patrick King. The reason why they can't sue me, because they know I have been taking that information for years. I give it to the private message to the Prime Minister and brief her on a lot of stuff. They don't talk, they just act. They don't talk. They don't have to explain to the media. They don't have to, not explain, but they don't have to broadcast it to the media. They take actions. So the Prime Minister, the retired Deputy Commissioner Oral Williams, who is part of the crime unit and the crime and guns unit headed by Dottin, the US, I have a high-profile person I give things to, and I told the Prime Minister and the Commissioner, retired Deputy Commissioner, who that person is. So Patrick King, you have to explain to me, Benedict, because I am one of one. So you have to legally, now that's going to be a legal, or you have to apologize, or I will consult a lawyer, because legally I do not play that game. When I have worked so hard to get all that information, hours of research, hours of staying in one place and scoping out places of high profile stuff. Many times they try to kill me. For you to tell me my stories I gave to Sheriff Veronica is it's not fact check. When I put you in a law court and if I subpoena any retired deputy commissioner, anybody, they will confirm with you, Mr. Patrick King, all my stories were accurate. Every single one of them. I have something that's very disturbing. You came on that platform and you said you have medical reports. I'm not forget about Sherry Veronica. Not forget about, but you said you have medical reports of Sherry Veronica. And I will go further than that. You, Patrick King, I ain't saying allegedly because you said it. You have the medical reports and I think allegedly the mental reports of Sherry Veronica. Nobody, and I repeat to the public, and anybody that has access to any of your medical reports or your doctor, your mental reports or whatever, call me at 247-4800. This is not WhatsApp, but call me 24700. And I will send to the necessary authorities. I want the authorities to investigate Patrick King. And that's where we're going to call your bluff, Patrick King. And they will. When I give them information, they do investigate. And I will send a private email for them to investigate you. How did you obtain someone's medical report and the psychiatric report? And if that's allegedly so, but I'm calling your bluff on that. You live in Barbados, Patrick. You don't live in the States. You remember that. Benedict lives in Barbados. I'm calling your bluff. The medical report and the psychiatric report will be investigated by the necessary authorities, because you came on a platform and say you have access to somebody's medical report and a mental report or whatever, and you think it's okay? No, Patrick King, it's not okay. I don't care who it is. Nobody should have any access to any ordinary person should never have access to somebody's mental report, psychiatric report, nor their what's the other report? Nor their medical report. So now you said that she was admitted for 3 years in. No, that I will not even get into that, because you are going to be called upon, Patrick King, to answer those things, how you obtain them. And they would have to call on Mr. David Leacock, allegedly, I think is the head of psychiatric. And the head, allegedly, whoever that person is of the the hospital, to answer those questions. Because you said you have it. So they have to answer those questions. If you say you have it, how did you obtain it? And then you will have to tell them how to obtain it when they call on you. Because this is a serious matter. Not because it's Sherry Veronica. In general, if anybody, any Patrick King or anybody has anybody medical reports or anything, contact me. Because they tried that with me too. It don't work. It don't work that way. Then you talk about the young boys. Now, Patrick King, let me explain something to you. You had that information and you didn't pass it on to the necessary authorities. You had that information. If it's what you're alleging, you didn't send to the necessary authorities. But one thing, Patrick King, you're going to get yourself legally in trouble with is with the retired Deputy Commissioner Oral Williams, who is part of the crime unit. I will tell you why. I sent him your video. When it comes to young children, mention in any platform, Patrick King, any platform, see the retired Deputy Commissioner Oral Williams, who is part of the crime unit team, he takes that very seriously, Patrick King, and that's where legally you may have a serious problem with, because they're going to investigate that. For you talking about somebody had young boys coming into their homes and sleeping with them, and guys, forgive me, young boys I would expect is underage children, right? Is that the same thing you'll say underage? Because I grew up in St. Lucia. Underage children? Just help me out pertaining to that. So, and you're trying to deter people from giving Sheriff Veronica information. You talk about Pegasus and the devices, how they could allegedly, I don't know that about the Pegasus thing and blah blah blah, how they could think and they would come for you all, allegedly. That's what you said. Patrick King, I've been talking, but when you was talking about the Pegasus, I was watching your face. You stuttered a bit. I'm asking a question. Were you reading from something? Because when it comes to the Pegasus stuff, you weren't too sure of what you were saying. Were you reading something? Because I know a lot about Pegasus. Patrick King. When I used to call the U.S. embassies, that was my name. I used to say it's Pegasus, and they knew it was me. I spoke, and Sherry didn't want me to really deal with it. I spoke about certain people, Pixel, all these people, Pixel, a guy from Pixel. Googling them, you will see who they are. And you will see I am a no-nonsense person thing. I be dealing with that. Devices, Owen Boyce, Ian Branch, and them, and Wilfred Abraham, giving people devices to plant in people's homes, to listen to conversations. I could say those things, Patrick King. I could say those things because it's true. Why you think all the things I've said about those people, they have not once tried to sue me? And can I ask another question? Are you being paid for that? Did somebody send you? Forget about the Sheriff Veronica part. Did somebody send you? Because I would understand you speaking about Sheriff Veronica. But then you cross the line talking about all of wanna and this and that, and people feeding Sheriff Veronica information and not knowing the full story, giving a fake, give the full story. I'm waiting for your response, Patrick King, because I will consult a lawyer pertaining to those two aspects of what, and I need apology from you, and I will show you legally I am not a person I live in Barbados, Patrick. You forgot I live in Barbados and I could sue you? Did you forget? Sheriff Benedict, I want to take legal action against you because of where she is, and you might think that she's afraid of you. Not afraid of you, but you might think that she may not want to, or other people might be afraid to take legal action against you. But if you do not correct what you said, and I literally had to listen to the videos 10 times, that you have to apologize to me, because it's all a wanna. That includes me, Patrick King. I will seek legal advice against you. I will seek legal advice pertaining to what you say, because to me, that's defamation. Because I have been doing investigations for decades, giving the retired deputy commissioner and them stuff for about retired deputy commissioner of 10 to 12 years now on Santa Cruz alone, about maybe 7 years. The Prime Minister, the US, and everybody. So for you, whoever, if anyone put you up to it, it's a legal challenge that you'll have with me, Patricia Benedict. And for you putting children in, you don't put children involved with nothing you're saying, Patrick King, even if it's true or not. Even if it's true or not. I have said it before, because that's what in my investigations, and they have the proof of it. But you, Patrick King, when they come knocking on your door, be prepared to have all your proof. And I'm going to make sure, I will guarantee you, when it comes to Benedict, and I brief them and I write an email, that they will come knocking on your door, Patrick. Because there's things you said about especially children that was disgusting. And if you knew that information all the time, why didn't you tell the necessary authorities? Sherry has many houses. Sherry is a millionaire. Sherry goes running every day.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.